Welcome back to the channel, Pokemaniacs. Big news, we've got photos of the next super articulated figure of Mega Charizard Y. Now I do have to apologize that the photo is just a little bit blurry, but either way, I think this is really exciting. Taking a deeper look at the photo, it does seem like we have possibly some jaw articulation there on the Charizard. I'm a little bit worried about the neck articulation because it has like the two-tone color on the Charizard. So like as you are like turning its head like that, it's gonna not line up potentially, so like that might bug me. But it does seem like the head itself is also jointed onto the neck, but I don't know. We'll see once we get our hands on this figure. Looks like there's quite a bit of articulation in the shoulders, like the upper arm, the elbows, like really seems like there's a ton of articulation on some of these limbs. But when I'm looking at the wings of Charizard, maybe it's just because the photo is really blurry, but I don't see the levels of articulation we've seen in the past. And so I'm actually like very interested to see if maybe they bring some of that more like bendable material that's kind of been in a couple figures, like more specifically like Deoxys, because I think that was a really quality figure. So maybe they bring that to the wings this time. And always shout out to Visygam for always sharing these photos over on Discord. They always have the best photos. One more photo of the Charizard though. We've got the foot of it, so we've got more feet pics. Does seem like the toes themselves are actually going to have some articulation there. The ankles, maybe they just like rotate. It doesn't look like there's going to be much like any like side to side, not a lot of flexion there in the ankles. So we'll see what the final product maybe comes out as. Knees look like you've got like a forward backwards, but we'll see if they also can rotate. So just really interesting, like the evolution of some of these figures over the years. I think I've said this a couple times in videos. I know I've said it in some comments at least, but more recently this year, possibly because of tariffs, maybe just because of distribution, I don't know, but Jazzwares has recently changed their manufacturing to a Vietnam manufacturing plant, which has led to quite a bit of innovation, it seems like, with the joints, the faces specifically, it's just been a massive upgrade. So I don't know, maybe Jazzwares is on the right track with a lot of these things. And I know we have a lot of Sandshrew fans, and there are some Sandshrew pictures here. So this should be in an upcoming line, should be making an appearance in the Clip and Go line. And honestly, this figure looks really good. This is probably, I don't know, this is a bold statement, I guess, but this seems like it's one of the most accurate to put the actual Pokemon figures I've seen. Just looking at this thing, Sandshrew looks awesome. And I know there's a tons of fans out there of Sandshrew, so I think this is a pretty good little sneak peek at some of these product images. We have a lot of good stuff coming out this year. Like, I don't know, for a minute we had quite a bit of a lull. I think we're eating kind of good right now, so I don't know, maybe I'm jinxing it. If you have not found a Skeledirge yet and you want one, typically these have been found at Target. I have yet to find one, but seems like they're showing up at GameStop now. So shout out to JMKE414 over on Instagram, sending this over. Dude has like the best luck lately at going over to his GameStop and finding some of these latest releases. So shout out to him for sending over photos. And now I probably need to go over to GameStop. In the rumor mill, it seems like we've got a upcoming collaboration with Pokemon and Adidas. Also, let me know down in the comments, is it Adidas or Adidas? Because I've heard both. There's like a whole story, I guess, with the Adidas thing. Anyways, the rumor is saying that with Adidas, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is next year, and they're going to be doing another collaboration together. In the rumor, it also says that we'll be getting models of Pokemon shoes around the Adidas Samba, the Superstar, and the Adistar XLG 2.0. So maybe we'll get more details about this. We'll see. But I just thought it was kind of like a fun collaboration, and if this is true, supposedly the window of release is in September of 2026. This past week, Blokees showed off quite a few figures on their social media this past week, and I'm actually pretty excited for most of these. So we have new figures for Piplup, our cute little iconic little guy there. These figures do come in this like standing pose, but then you can go and like add them to the little platform, and they have like a little attack that they can do. I think these are really cool. And I might have to get my hands on some of these, because we also have a Fuecoco, which I love Fuecoco. I think is pretty cool. This one also comes in like that. You can just detach it from that platform and also add it onto there so you can have it doing an attack. There is also a Quaxley, where right here, you know, fixing his hair. Always got to be looking good. And then boom, right there on the platform, making a little splash. And you might be saying, wow, more starters. That's pretty cool. But just wait, because I'm going to hit you with this one. Blokees also showed off this Corphish figure, which I'm super stoked on. Corphish is like one of my like favorite Pokemon from the anime. Not a huge Crawdon fan, but I just like Corphish. I think he's got a great personality. And you can go ahead and add him to one of those platforms as well. I think he's looking great, and it's a unique pick. It's not a starter, and I don't know. I like the unique picks. But if you do want something a little bit more traditional, Entertainment Earth did do some restocks on the model kits. So we've got one for Mew, always a good pickup. You know, Mew's probably one of the more top favorite Pokemon, I think, in a lot of cases. But we've got that. More favorite Pokemon here. We got the model kit that includes Charizard and Dragonite together. But getting into some more niche picks, it is a starter, but I don't think a lot of people talk about Torterra very much. And we've got a 4-pack here as the model kits. For some reason, yes, there is a Pikachu. They're pulling a Jazzwares, I think, right there. And then we also have this Hydreigon Evolution model kit, also with a Pikachu for some reason. And in case you forgot, Halloween is coming up really fast. I haven't even changed my shelves for the Halloween theme, and I don't know if it might be a little bit too late for that at this point. But we also have the Eevee hooded costume up on Entertainment Earth. So if you did want to grab that, you can wear that over your shoulders, maybe keep yourself a little bit warm. I know a lot of people have like worn these in their like cosplays and stuff, but kind of cute. And then also, if you prefer, there is a Mimikyu one, which personally I think that one's a little bit cooler. But those are both available up on Entertainment Earth. So I'll link everything I can down in the description for you if you want to pick anything up for yourself or maybe for a friend. This past week, Pokemon also announced further collaboration with Razer, a PC gaming peripheral company. And we got more Gengar accessories this time around. We're getting ourselves a mouse and a gigantic mouse pad. So we've got the Cobra mouse from Razer, looking pretty good. I like the purple theming. I haven't bought any Razer accessories though before. So you let me know down in the comments if you like your Razer accessories. I've always been more of a Logitech guy, but this mouse pad is also pretty sweet. It's gigantic. This is the Gigantus V2 XXL mouse pad. We got a big old smiley tongue out Gengar on there. But actually, I don't know. I like that pattern on there. Love the purples and blacks. I think it looks pretty solid. And I hope they keep bringing us more of these things. And also, I mean, expand how many Pokemon they have featured on some of these items. I think that'd be pretty cool. I took a look at Hot Topic, and they also have a new Loungefly surprise. This time around, though, they have the Christmas Tree Mini Backpack. Kind of is like a little bit of a throwback, I feel like, to some of like the original anime episodes, I feel like. But this thing is very Christmas themed, with the reds, the greens, the snowflakes. It does look pretty decent though, I think, but pretty cute. And if you want to pick that up, it is available over there for $50. Then as I was perusing the wares, as I do on the weekends for Pokemon before I film, I found these mood lights that were now available on Target. Target has 4 different mood lights. We've got the Pokeball, the Great Ball, and the Ultra Ball, and the Master Ball, and there's just these little light up lights. Each one is going to have a 15-minute optional auto shut-off timer, and on one charge, it will last up to 4 hours, which is pretty sweet. Comes with that little USB-C magnetic charging base on the bottom, and you just kind of like slap it on there, attach it, and it will just charge. So these are portable little lights, which is kind of cool. So you can just like set them around your room, wherever you kind of want to. They are kind of small. They're 3-inch in diameter lights, but still, I think these could be really cool for like a kid's room, a game room. I think like put them up on like shelves like this and stuff. Like, I think these would look pretty good. I'm actually very interested. So those are available up at Target in person and online, as well as the new Evolution multi-pack featuring Eevee, Leafeon, Sylveon, and Glaceon. I think this is probably going to be a pretty popular pack, but this is also available online. I know a lot of people have been finding it in store as well. It's a great pack, and I don't know, this one, I feel like the pearlescent paint isn't too jarring. I kind of actually really like the Sylveon with the paint, surprisingly. But again, could be a really good one. I know Evolution's always a very popular thing. In Jumbo Funko Pop news, we got a Raikou. Finally, we got our Jumbo Raikou Funko Pop. It's up on Amazon right now. It's a shared exclusive with New York Comic Con. Although, as pointed out by viewer Jamie the Cat, it doesn't have like the purple cloud on its back, or whatever it kind of is. I don't know. It's like back hair things. So that's an interesting call out. Kind of weird that it's not there, but I don't know, however you feel about it, it is available up on Amazon. And this past week, we got some leaked product images of the pearlescent Charizard Funko Pop that should be coming out over at Pokemon Center. These typically are exclusives to Pokemon Center. We are missing just a couple more. As I went to go to the actual Funko site on Pokemon Center, they don't have the image anymore, the banner that they had, but I'm pretty sure we had 2 left. There was like a fire one, which this Charizard would then be, and I think there was like a purple swirly one. I should have saved the image, so I don't know if that is meaning like it's going to be a psychic, a dark, a ghost. But I would guess that maybe we're looking at maybe like a pearlescent Mew as that last one after this Charizard. But the Charizard is probably going to be really popular. These have not sold out very well in the last couple of releases, but as we know, Charizard is probably going to be kind of popular. And my guess is it could be this week that this comes out. Usually once we get the product images, it's within 2 weeks that they kind of pop up on Pokemon Center. But speaking of Pokemon Center, the US side, we did get new Crocs. Super exciting. The new Crocs are up there, and we do have some corresponding gibbets, which is just kind of fun to say, but it's just kind of a weird name for an item. But those are available up on Pokemon Center in case you need some new footwear to stay comfortable in, especially with Legends ZA coming up. You might need some comfy house shoes, or maybe you're going to be standing in line. I don't know. Pokemon Center also brought us the My Friend Malamar edition of the Sitting Cutie of Malamar. These were the boxed plushies that came out when they were doing all of the promotions for Malamar, when they were showing off its Mega Evolution, I think a few weeks ago is what it was. So these are now available to purchase. I know there were some people who were pretty hyped on this, but it's still available for you. We also got other plushies. This time we got our Wiggly Friends, which released a few months ago on the Japanese Pokemon Center. We now have them here on the English side. They're these very long plushies with bendability to them that you can pose them. As you can see, you can wrap them around like the banister there, pose them a little bit. So it could be really cool additions to your collection there. And last week we also got 2 items that sold out very quickly. So we got a new special delivery box. This time the whole theme on the box was Psyduck, which was looking pretty good. But I was like very early to the Pokemon Center this past week on this drop, and it was sold out by the time I got there. So I don't feel like they had that many on there. But inside this new box, we did have the option of getting 1 of these figures, as well as 2 of these plushies here, which is pretty cool because I like those like soda refresh plushies. I think those look pretty good. So you got 2 of those. Also had the option of 1 of these plush hats in there, however you kind of feel about those hats, as well as a set of card sleeves. And I think most importantly, you get 4 packs of cards in here from some mostly pretty desirable sets, or at least some sets that have not been around for a minute. And it was all for a pretty solid price, so I can see why these ended up going so quickly, but it was just kind of surprising how quickly that they did go. And then, as predicted, we did get our monthly habitat pin of Mimikyu, which was looking great. This one also I feel like went super fast, understandably. It was a great looking pin, and these do typically release the 2nd Thursday of the month. So if you're looking for the next one in November, just heads up if you're collecting these. Should be that 2nd Thursday. But let me know if you were able to get any of these items down in the comments, because like I said, these went super fast. And now also really big news with Pokemon Center. We now have a German-based site. This site only supports German addresses, so just heads up, you can't, like, even if you're in Europe, you can't order unless you have a German address. But shout out to any of my German viewers. I know I've got Mark Mario Master over there, so shout out to him. The website so far, it seems like it just has a lot of like older items on there, so there's a lot of plushies. There's even some holiday items on there, which is kind of nice, but nothing like too new, I guess, is what I'm seeing on there. But either way, it's progress. The more we can get access in these different regions, like the better. But specifically for Mark Mario Master, I did search for Totodile on there. So far, all they have is the plush of Totodile, the keychain plush. So hopefully they add more soon. And sounds like also Germany, we got the shiny Miraidon and Koraidon code is now available at Smith's Toys. But this promotion ends on the 15th, and they like literally gave us like 4 or 5 days maybe to even have access to this in Germany. So it's kind of weird, but just heads up, again, if you're in the region, this is available at Smith's Toys. In huge video game news, we have new pre-order bonuses for Legends ZA. This time we finally got one from Target, and buckle up, because this time we're going to be getting ourselves the free Pokemon decal set. So yes, you're going to get yourself some stickers. The stickers are only available in person, so when you pick up your game in person, hopefully they have them while supplies last. They will not be available for online orders. But I don't know what it is with this generation, but the pre-orders have been terrible. At least in the US. I feel like Europe kind of like nailed it with some of the figures that some of the shops out there have been able to get, but the US got hosed. Then in the last video, I did talk about some Pokemon card premium boxes that should be coming out. One of them was going to be coming out in December. I was wrong. I was speculating that maybe it was going to be a Black Friday box, but still, I guess could be. But Walmart specifically did announce their Black Friday boxes. So for Black Friday, Walmart is going to be having the Incineroar and Torterra premium special collection, as well as the Greninja and Kingdra special collection. Each box should run about $20 for Black Friday, so good luck to you if you're going to be hunting these. They'll probably be available online, but will be botted probably. So good luck to you in person if you can track those down. Each box should include 8 packs, so for $20, this is a pretty good deal, I think. And those packs should revolve around Surging Sparks, Destined Rivals, Journey Together, and Twilight Masquerade. So not too bad of a selection, I feel like. But again, for 20 bucks, it's a killer deal. Probably want to pick up a couple of those. Then this past week, also Veronica Taylor, the original voice actress for Ash in the Pokemon anime, she posted about how they now have a bench in Central Park over in New York honoring the late Rachael Lillis. Rachael was the voice actress for characters like Misty and as well as Jessie. And this is really sweet. On the plaque on the bench, it does state, "In honor of Rachael Ellis, whose iconic voice filled Saturday mornings, inspiring generations to come." And that's really cool. And it's available out there into the public. So if you did want to go check it out yourself, maybe you live in New York or have a trip planned sometime eventually, they did point it out in the TikTok reel that they posted. It's available in Central Park's Upper West Side, and it is number 7603 on the path between 106th Street and 108th Street of Central Park West. So really cool to see something like that happening. My wife has always talked about how we need to make a trip out to New York, so maybe I'll have to go stop by there when we're out there eventually. But thank you for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe for more content, hit the hype button, share it, all the things. Let me know what you're collecting down in the comments. Take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.